Hi friends, today we'll understand what is an object in JavaScript and how do we create them. So a JavaScript object is an entity having state and behavior, that is properties and methods. Since JavaScript is an object based language, it treats everything as an object. JavaScript is a template based language, not class based. It supports to create objects directly. There is no need to define a class for this. So JavaScript supports three types of creating objects. First is via object literal. So I can call my object as property and value prop to value 2. Okay, this is the first way. The second way of creating an object is through the new keyword. The syntax of creating an object directly is as follows. Let obj object name is equal to new object. Okay, here new keyword is used to create the object. Let us take an example of creating an object directly. So we can say let class is equal to new object. Okay, now we can say class dot strength is equal to class dot standard is equal to fifth. Okay, class dot teacher is equal to Mohan. Okay, I think we can't call this class. We'll call this class with one s. Okay, now we can simply console those out. We can console.log class and let us see what do we get. We get it's an object that has key strength, value property, value is 22, key is standard, value is 5, key is teacher, and property is Mohan. Okay, so this is the second way of creating objects. Now the third way is using an object constructor. Okay, now in this method we create a function with arguments. The value of each of these arguments can be assigned to the object keyword or to the current object by this keyword. Let me repeat that. In this method we create a function with arguments. The value of each of these arguments can be assigned to current object by this keyword. This keyword refers to current object. Okay, so the key takeaway here is this keyword refers to current object. Okay, so let us take an example of creating an object using object constructor technique. So we can define a function as let obj constructor is equal to we define a function with arguments. Okay, so we can define this function as id, name, subject, Now this dot id equals id, this dot name equals name, this dot subject will be subject. So what's happening over here is we are not so instead of defining the properties key and value directly over here, we are defining the key as id and the value as the argument that we will pass. Okay, so now we want to make a new object through this. You can call it a pseudo class, a class type thing. So we can simply make this as, let me call this class by class I mean the class in which students study. Okay, so now class fourth equals new class object, and I will pass the arguments as 1. Name is Ram, name is Mohan, subject is mathematics. Okay, now if we console.log this class fourth, let us check what this is. Let us comment this out. Okay, something's not right. Class object is not a constructor. Okay, okay, I think this does not support the ES6 syntax, so we will have to write function over here if I'm not wrong. Now let us try again. Yes, so okay, so the key takeaway over here was in ES6 arrow notation that we used to represent function, they do not have a definition for this. Definition for this only comes in the traditional way of defining functions. Okay, so that's the reason it did not work earlier, because our function was in the arrow format. Okay, and clearly as you can see, class object has id, name as Mohan, subject as mathematics. Okay, so I hope you understood the 3 ways to create an object, and you might have also understood a little bit about what objects really are. I hope this helped. Thank you.